Well, Parliament Square is a really interesting play. I had the privilege of reading it because I did a scene from it with Sandra Cole when it won a prize at the competition a couple of years ago now. Although it's not party political, what it's doing is it's saying that there is a point where a person cannot tolerate the way the world's going anymore and has to make a statement and has to make a sacrifice in order to make the world stand up and notice. It's the ultimate act of having your voice heard. As the world gets even more and more complicated and bleak and difficult in many ways, especially with the situation in America as it is with Trump being the president and here as well, I think that we're going to see more of that, of people taking quite radical stances in order to try and change things. And this play is an exploration of that in a very thorough way. I'm very interested in theatre that explores ideas about society and the world. I think that all art is political because just in the very act of making something or being with a group of people in a space and talking about ideas, even the very act of empathising with a person that you may not come across in your day-to-day life, as when you watch a play or a film or a TV programme that shows you a different world to your own, I think that's an intrinsically political act. And what's important is that we keep telling stories from all different parts of society and culture, because if the people in charge start to get nervous about telling stories that aren't part of their experience, and if the people in charge are always people who are maybe wealthy and privately educated, white, straight, able-bodied, all those things, then that is going to create an art and a theatre that is unpolitical, because it is just going to be telling one kind of story. Protest is incredibly important. It's a very important part of my life, and it's not always a comfortable place to be in, but it is the most important thing, because as wiser people than I have said before, change is never ever afforded to us from above. It's always fought for. So everything that we have to be grateful for, you know, in this country and beyond, sort of gay rights, women's suffrage, you know, the NHS not being completely taken away from us, that is because people are constantly protesting and fighting for things.